We're live. Who's first out on track? It's one of the Astons. I'm going to go with Sneaky Tom. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Contest Speed EU4. We're live from China. The one track on the game that's not actually on the calendar this year. Should have been, but obviously with the ongoing scenario, it wasn't. Matt's alongside me as per. We're back to normal this week.
Yes, and I'm not having to stuff my dinner down my throat this week. I'm actually relatively on time.
And as seems to be the case more often than not when you and I are commentating together, we've got football updates as well for the next half an hour.
Yep. Maybe
England...
we should be doing Soccer Saturday.
Yes. Yes.
Who would have thought?
If anybody here is associated with Sky, get in touch. We'll go for a quarter of what you're paying Jeff and the team.
I can switch my allegiances to Hartlepool.
So yeah. Oh, Conor Gallagher should have had a goal. Oh, Blade's going the wrong way. You'll have to see it.
Oh, and so Sneaky Tom.
Yeah, both Astons struggling there. Alright, who's next up? It's going to be the Haas, I believe, of Bruce.
Perfectly leads on to some housekeeping, Danny, that does.
Oh, God, you crack on. You've beaten me to the punch on the housekeeping.
I have. Bruce is replacing the second driver in the Haas, which was supposed to be Chaos, which then was supposed to be Caucho Silva, So Bruce is now in there. He's going to be alongside Dan Hilton. So Dan Hilton has a teammate. Which has not been that often, actually, this season.
It hasn't. No, Jack Hawkey there. He's back. No bans or anything this week. 31.4 for him.
Yeah, same can't be said about his championship rival. Shane has got a race ban for retirement on track. I say it was on track. It was hitting the pit lane.
He's been a very naughty boy. Bruce has lost it at the end of Sector 2, unfortunately, so that's compromised his lap.
Couldn't be provided, so therefore we had to go with what we could see, unfortunately.
We did indeed, yes.
Who else? Other things. Sleeves is still here, but obviously he has Cos now in front of it instead of...
Yes, I was going to jump on board with him. Oh, I can now, he's out of the pits, there he is.
Yeah, he's out of the pits, there he is.
We love that from Sleeves.
Who else? It is...
Have you done
Escobar in for...
It's Tebow officially.
Yes.
But that seat is currently vacant, so we are looking for a full-time driver. It could be Escobar. Who knows?
Who knows? I have my list of people, and I'm currently going through them. So.
Yes, the camping docks is in for Joseph.
Yes, and Rack is in for Steve. I believe.
Yes, indeed. I have a feeling that my audio is not quite set as we would like it to.
Reflux has retired from the session. Don't worry, he's not crashed. He's done his outlap, he's saved his up, and he's in for an in-lap. He retired on track during qualifying and got a quali ban. Oh, don't do it! It's the bane of my life. I've also been very generous to people and sent out a last final reminder about footage, and I have now zero tolerance for it. As we're now 15 races in, Danny. 15.
Yes. Round 15 of the championship. We'll be having the overall constructor standings produced after every race following this week for the final 9 rounds or so. So we'll be bringing those to you as well.
So we spoke of the championship. Shall we? No. What's going on?
Go for it. We'll ride on board with Sleeves.
We will. Luke is currently on 171 points.
Leading the way.
The championship. Jack Hawkey is on 156. How pivotal was his qualifying ban last week? But he got himself up to 4th, so damage limitation. Shane, 151, so 5 points further back from Jack Hawkey and 20 points off Luke. obviously missing tonight, but 2 dumps in the last 2 races hasn't really helped his position. The Wizard 143 points, so it's really now a 4-horse race with about 9 rounds to go, including this one. 9 rounds to go? No, 10 rounds to go, including this one.
Well,
sorry.
10 including this one, yeah.
Steve is currently still sitting 5th, however, 106 points, considering he's not raced actually for 4 weeks.
Yes, he's
work.
Well, work and the fact
and other things.
He's on holiday in America.
Isn't he in Qatar this week? I heard.
I don't know if he might be going to Qatar for the Grand Prix, but
that was my.
I don't know if he's there. He was in America as far as I knew, because he was talking about going to a Bills game.
Oh, speaking of Bills, no, I'm not. I can't ruin the exciting news. I'll leave that for the AM guys. Actually, I'll let them introduce said person. I'm waiting for Danny to clock on to see who it is.
I'll be honest. I'm only half listening. I'm trying.
Well, you said You said a Bills game. Who would you associate with the Bills that you know?
Is that Mr. Mitchell?
Oh yes. As I said, I shall leave it to the AM commentators to make that said announcement.
Yes. A couple of bits of news there, actually. That one, obviously, we can't tell. England have an 8th.
Brilliant.
It's a Trent Alexander-Arnold free kick, flicked in by, I believe, Tyrone Mings.
Oh, Tichy has run wild.
Wet himself, yes. And since we're talking about Bills, I went to Camping Docks.
Fair enough. That's a good transition.
It's a tenuous segue, but we went with it.
Apologies if you hear that in the background. It's my brother just explaining the 8th goal to my dad as he walked
excellent.
All he's done is he's thrown it in there. He's flicked it with his bonds.
So, Camping Docks then, coming up towards the Sector 1 split. Let's see what he's doing. 24-4 through there. That puts him in between Rack and the Wizard towards the front of the pack. Of course, when he's invalidated through as well, so that's going to compromise it. He'll have to go again. I want to do an onboard lap with somebody, but I'm not sure. Do you know what? Actually, I've just jumped on board with him. Varda, impressive sort of middle spell of the season, really, hasn't he? He's sort of powered on a bit.
Barring the last 2 races, an 8th, 15th, 3rd. He has had a podium, 6th and a 7th. So yeah, 4 points scores in the last 5 races. Other than Hungary and Brazil, but we'll gloss over.
Yes. Matt, would you be so kind as to check the Ferrari chat and invite that gentleman, please?
A gentleman?
Yes.
In a Ferrari?
Yes. Varda's lost it, by the way, on the exit of the final corner. And he's out of the session as well. Rear wheels off the car. England have a 9th. Jude Bellingham has scored.
Bellingham, yeah, I was just saying. I'm trying to get to this Ferrari chat.
To be honest, that's poor goalkeeping for the 9th. Rack van Zyten through the final corner. Improves by just shy of 4/10 with a 32.0. Still 8/10 behind our current pole sitter, which is Jack Hawkey. Varda's not happy, he's in the chat already, Cossin. Nope, VTEC is in, that's the other Ferrari. Vamo unable to make it in time. I believe England's 9th goal has been ruled out for a foul. Indeed it has. VAR has stamped on that parade. And Tammy Abraham is in the book. Slaughter in the McLaren on his out lap needs to set a time. He's out on the mediums at the moment. Let me get a map up of China. That's right on board then with the McLaren. Time's up in the top right hand corner, heading down at the start finish straight into the very Malaysia-esque turns 1, 2 and 3. Out of the kink then up towards what is technically turn 4. Towards the end of sector 1 through the kink of 5, down to the heavy braking zone downhill. Need to brake early for the hairpin of 6. Back up, and we're going to have long left-hander of 7. You want to start wide, throw it in, ease off a touch, and then plant your foot again to keep the rear in check. Turn 8 then, sling it through there. Tyres are screaming now. Turns 9 and 10. Taken right, it's a single line, a double apex corner. Towards the end of sector 2 then now. 53.1 for Slaughter. We'll see what that means at the end of the lap. Turn 11 and then 12. Starts to open out into what is now 13. Long back straight. Sounds late to try and get the toe off JRN. Won't have helped him that much, but won't have hurt him either. Heavy braking on now for 14 and 15. Be careful on the exit not to spin up the rears, particularly on the harder compounds. Final corner. Final corner of turn 16. Power for the line. Goes 6th, 34.2.
Left a lot on the table for that last corner.
I suppose at that point you do just kind of want to get it over with, don't you, that lap? You want to get one on the board.
Bruce is 4 seconds quicker than his time, so at the moment he's doing a 33.5.
Slaughter lost it there through turn 3. Just jumped away at the wrong moment.
Across the line. 32.2.
Yes, still nobody within 8/10 of our current pole sitter, which surprises me, I have to say. Let's jump to...
No Shane, you look where Luke and Wizard are, they're not even close.
They're a long way off, aren't they? Wizard on a lap at the moment, Luke coming around to start one. We're on board with VTEC at the moment, the second Ferrari.
AM2 drive. Let's see how he's been getting on this year.
Go on, you go and spot him.
Luke, interestingly, is out in the mediums, by the way.
Yeah, as is VTEC at the moment as well, so strategy looks like it's going to be coming into the qualifying session much more than track position is, because it's not a track that's difficult to overtake on necessarily. That's
VTEC 10th in AM2. He's got 6 points finishes in the last 7 races. He likes a 7th or an 8th. He's got 3 of those each this year.
He's a perennial low pointer, is he?
Yes, he is.
Excellent.
I respect that.
He's a plodder. That's what we like.
Luke is 4 tenths up on his medium time through the first sector.
Good stuff, good stuff. VTEC on his first lap. Of course, we don't have any data for that. But when he eventually gets around, we might have it on TAS. We'll soon see.
Luke's still only 4 attempts up, so actually the medium tyres have held pretty well there through the second sector.
Yeah, he's 4 tenths up on the first sector. He's a 10th up again in the middle sector. on his previous time, which was on soft. So Vitek there with his opening lap of a 35.8. We'll jump to the other Ferrari. England do now have a ninth, and I think it is Tammy Abraham. Here comes Luke. 33.1 for Luke on mediums. That is a big, big time. Fastest medium runner. Gets himself just ahead of Sneaky Tom, who I think was just behind him on the road.
Oh, hello. The Red Bulls have manufactured a tow here.
Have they now? And it's Jack Hawkey who benefits, as if he needed any more time in the pocket. And we're going to see the Wizard.
Oh no, he's invalidated on the inside.
Oh, and it would have been a 31.1. He would have improved. But, he won't be happy. But thankfully for him, it's not going to count too much towards any problems at the moment. Vitek, is he going again?
No. Oh, Jaron was up by a quarter of a second. He's just spun it. Oh, you haven't. Oh, you have. Grrr.
Mondays. JRN then. Oh, and he's left the session. He's proper rage quit.
I don't know if he's rage quit or not.
Yeah, he's left the session. He's left the session. He's proper gone. Smithy then on a lap at the moment.
I should deal with that afterwards. I've just seen the message. So Smithy's doing a one shot then?
Essentially, yeah. See what he can do. First couple of sectors for him. He's got a 24.2 and a 28.2. That would put him top 5, depending on how good his final sector is. Very slow through that hairpin, though. That's not going to help him. He's very wide on the exit as well. That'll have lost him some time. Oh, wants to catch it. Keeps the lap, though. 35.2.
Oh, P11. Beautiful.
Yeah, that final sector cost him massively, though. He was 42.7. He lost 3 seconds nearly compared to some of the other guys at the top in that final sector. So I think he would have been on for a 32.3, 32.2.
It's 10 for England.
Oh, it is. I missed that one.
Bakaya.
Oh. You love a Bakaya Saka goal, don't you, Matt?
Yes, we're on at ML1. So that is it. I think there's going to be some people there sitting there quietly happy.
I think there will be as well.
Their position. If you're on the mediums in particular.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought Red Bull would split their strategy. Who knows?
It's Jack Hawkey leading the way then. Championship challenger. Nearly a second clear as well in qualifying. England have an 11th, I think, unless he's been given offside. The reaction said, yeah, he's been given offside, Tammy Abraham. Rack van Zyten in second place for Mercedes. Then Bruce, or Liverpool fan, in third. The Wizard in fourth. Good place for the second Red Bull to be. Ahead of championship leader Luke in fifth place, but he's on the medium tyre. As is Sneaky Tom in sixth. Keep an eye out for those two. Varda P7 after that early crash keeps hold of his top 10 positioning, so that will be a surprise, I would imagine.
Giving us a foul, it's incredible. Sorry.
I think the referee's just sorry for San Marino at this point.
They're also down to 10 men as well. So.
Yeah. Slaughter in 8th. Dan Hilton, P9. And Sleeves in 10th. But whilst we're waiting, it gives me a chance to give some good news.
Is it the Dacia Sandero?
It isn't, no, it's better than that.
Oh.
Contest of Speed have been working very hard behind the scenes recently to develop some partnerships with businesses to try and help everybody, really, our drivers and community members, and then those businesses as well. So we are very pleased to announce we have a partnership with digitalmotorsports.com, NordVPN, and Fanatec. If you head over to our social media pages, you can find out all the information you need there and how you can support us and them as we move forward. That's why you may have been seeing certain ads on Twitch as well for those companies.
Oh, that makes sense then. Thank you.
No worries. So then, tyre data, let's have a look. Top 10, of course, have to start on the tyres they're qualified on. That is their handicap for being quicker than everybody else. So top 4 on the softs, then Luke and Sneaky Tom medium, Varda soft, Slaughter medium, Dan Hilton soft, and Sleeves medium. Outside the top 10, they've got free choice of tyre. They can do what they like. So we've gone with Smithy on the hard tyre in 11th. Then Escobar and VTEC medium. Camping Ducks on the hards. JRN, if he's back in, is on the hard tyre. Reflux on the medium, and Pure Blades at the back of the pack has gone for the hard tyre. Now, Blades hasn't had the best of seasons. I think that's fair enough to say.
I don't want to look at the results.
No.
Oh, no, he has. He started off really, really well.
Yeah, he got a podium in Australia. I know that China is one of his... I don't necessarily say preferred tracks, but it's one he tends to do quite well at. So we could have... As we see, one of the Haas cars there. That's why. Trying to avoid one another. It could be a race where Blades actually pulls out a performance, so keep an eye on him. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the first podium he ever got in COS was around here, and he started near the back on the hard tyres. So if he can keep it on the island, it could be an interesting result. Jack Orky there going for the Kimi Raikkonen school of tyre warm-up. As we wait for the cars to head around to the grid. Have the position change on screen ready. I am anticipating a rather one-sided affair here, but we'll have to wait and see.
We will.
As the final car of Blades moves into position, we get ready to go racing in Shanghai for the first time in 2 years.
It's been a long time in COS as well.
It has. Probably since season 6, I think, is the last time we raced here. So we get ready then. See the lights at the top, but we know to avoid them. But we're away first time. That glitch has been fixed. Jack Orky then gets a relatively poor start. Rack alongside him already as we head to turn 1. The Mercedes is going to have the lead.
God, 4 wide.
Up the inside of turns 1 and 2 for Rack. He's going to fight it though. Jack Orky gets squeezed wide. He's on the inside into 3. He's going to take the lead back again. So we head through 4. Sneaky Tom with a lightning start. He's up to 3rd already. Further down the order though, Bruce down 3 places. He's had a nightmare of an opening couple of corners. Down to 6th now. The Wizard overtaking him in the, on his way through. Escobar down the back of the pack has some wing damage. But apart from that, everybody seems to have made it through relatively unscathed.
Blades is doing his thing. He's up to 13th, make it 12th.
He is up 5 places. That Aston Martin's, he's feeling good tonight, isn't he? He's feeling racy.
Oh, Dan Hilton's run deep, and that could be another place. Oh, that was very close, and he made contact between each other.
Out front, though, you can see the gap already. Jack Orky, 1.3 seconds clear at the head of the field. That opening salvo between the two of them was crucial to try and peg him back. He's made it away from the Mercedes, and he's not looking like he's going to be caught, though. Luke on Sneaky Tom on the inside of that hairpin needs to be careful. They're not going to contact and spin around.
Oh, Camping Ducks are a long way back, I think, on blades there. He's miles away.
DRS, of course, not active until the start of lap 3, so we've got another circuit before they get that assistance. They'll be trying desperately to work that 1 second window. Rack, crucially, in second place.
Oh, that was always going to happen. That was so silly.
And Camping Ducks and around as he...
You just can't make a move down the inside into turn 1.
Oh, it wasn't a lunge as well, was it?
He sort of didn't really commit and just left the front wing there. Yeah,
always. It's perilous, is what it is. It's perilous.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, though, Sneaky Tom looking quick.
See, he's picked up a turn in pace, hasn't he? But he's had a race win and a podium in his last 2 races.
But he's always had pace, hasn't he? It's just, I'll be honest, he's one of those drivers that seems to just get bad luck every time he drives. Of course, the pack now starting to sort of level out and settle with where everything wants to be. You can see Bruce, though, going for the move on the Wizard, which gives Luke a stay of execution, I think, for those two. Bruce down the inside. Simple enough move.
Luke was having a look.
I think Luke has gone for the what we would call the classic Prentice. And it's a bullet setup.
Yes.
Because he seems to be closing in a lot through the first and third sectors. And then the middle sector seems to drop away again. And we'll see here, we're on board with Bruce in 5th place at the moment, having started 3rd.
I'm expecting an early stop for the soft runners. I reckon it's going to be like 4 or 5. It's usually pretty early around here.
Of course, strategy by AWS was on screen earlier. 1 stop is for the mediums and the hard runners onto the other of those 2 tyres. Soft runners can probably make it with a 1 stop onto hards, but we'll be looking at a 2 stop, I think. Both for the fun factor and just that you then don't have to look after any tyres. As we've got... Oh, no, it's blades!
No.
And we've got a VSC. He's not on...
Camping Ducks has gone and joined him in sympathy.
Is that... Oh, has he lost it through turn 7 and then just sort of not got a tank slapper maybe and not been able to...
He's gone, I know what Blades has done. I have done that a couple of times this week already.
Has he...
he's now upgraded to a safety car, by the way.
Oh, so essentially free stop for the soft runners. You can see there the tyres everybody has on their cars.
Which is a bit disappointing because I was wondering to see where Jack was going to come out in relation to everyone else once he'd pitted.
He's carried on though.
Oh, he's gone for it.
Race leader carries on. And we've seen this with Red Bull before though, haven't they? They've compromised drivers in the past.
And it's usually the Wizard, but they've swapped. It's the Wizard that gets to pit for a change.
Still on board with Bruce. We're going to have all the medium and hard runners overtake here. There's not anybody really who's going to be disadvantaged by that. Dan Hilton into the pits as well.
Why not? It's a free stop.
Yep, so Rack was the leading driver who has made a stop. And he's still out. He's in P9, so he's got 8 cars ahead of him. 7 that are, you would say, supposed to be there. And then Jack Hawkey at the front of the pack, who has stayed out on those tyres. Now, they're not, to be fair to him, they're not looking horrendous. I mean, they're not looking good, but they're not looking that bad. He might be able to stretch them a little bit further and go for the 1 stop to the hards. He does have the inherent pace to do that, I think. I mean, that might be the strategy that he's got. And it might be a case that they're trying to, the pair of them, him and the Wizard, trying to get the Wizard the best possible result and see if they can get themselves a double podium. Only time will tell. Of course, 24 laps to go in this race. We're going to get at least one more lap behind the safety car.
What's happened here?
What's happened where?
They were just swapping. Everyone's swapping positions. What's going on?
Ooh, is there some drama at the back of the pack?
Jaren's gone up. Was down and up, and then.
I wonder if someone's. I think Smithy might have spun.
Oh no! It's because he's in a ghost car.
Yeah, Jaren, the ghost car. So he wasn't able to make it back in. I would like to point out as well, we've heard from Jaren, it wasn't a rage quit, by the way. The retirement was deliberate, but him leaving the session was not. So he's. I can retract my full rage quit statement from earlier.
Yes, you can.
I can do that thing.
Interestingly, on a slightly different note, I'm scrolling through. There is someone underfield.
Is there?
Sitting in 10th.
Sitting in 10th. Well. Yes. Only just under fueled, my stew.
It's not flashing, that's why.
Yeah, he's... Well, to be honest, he's basically on level fuel. And by the end of this lap he will be. It's 0.03 of a lap underfueled. Safety car is in this lap, so let's head back up to our race leader, right on board, look backwards, let's see if we can spot when he goes. Of course, he has control of the field through sector 3. Has to wait for the safety car to enter the pit lane. Now, in real life, that is when it pulls off to the right hand side of the circuit to actually take the pit entry. However, on the game, it's when it crosses the line to enter the pit lane, which is very close to the start finish or timing line. It'll be interesting to see whether he knows that.
He's waiting. With Bruce and Rack, I think it's going to be interesting. They're on the fresher tyres.
Scrap. We're at the front of the pack, waiting to see when he's going to go. Safety car is into the pit lane now. He can go when he's ready. He's going to wait for the final corner to come. He's going to wait very, very late. And he's gone now, and he's not lost Sneaky Tom. Aston Martin tucks in behind. He's not going to have the pace to make a move into turn 1 though. See Rack getting past the ghost of JRN there. His teammate further back. It's Sneaky Tom's struggling out of turn 4. Which may allow VTEC and Rack going side by side. The Mercedes making its way through.
Oh, the Wizard's going to thread his way through here. Nearly 3 wide into turn 7. We are 3 wide into turn 7. Right around the outside. Does both of them.
Oh, we had a shocking camera angle. I tried to get across to see it, but so you see there, Smithy on the inside of the Wizard, but he's going to hold it through 9 and 10 round the outside.
Smithy's just struggling with tyre warm up. He's got no confidence on the throttle, and Sleeve's going to go down the inside. Oh, shoves him off the road.
Deep. Dan Hilton looking to be opportunistic. He's taken Smithy.
I'd buy, yeah, good man. And Sleeves as well. The Alpines side by side, a 5-car battle for the Alpines touch, in fact.
Oh, you'll love to see it. Liverpool fan and VTEC side by side as well.
Luke's up to second. Escobar's retired.
And that's a virtual safety car. On track, neutralises the field, holds them all at 40% pace. As we see, it's that VTEC into the pits. It is.
Oh, and they haven't. They have.
VTEC is in. Camping Docks will be in as well. That is both Alpines colliding, I think, isn't it? Because Camping Docks has got no wing. And
who's the team boss? Can't think of him. Is it Marsan?
Oh, I don't know.
He won't be very happy.
No, he won't. One driver. Well, it's a Perez Ocon scenario, isn't it, at Singapore? Camping Docks, 5-second penalty for crossing the white line on the pit exit. Oh, Bruce goes very deep. Not sure why he's pushing that hard. We're still under VSC conditions.
I'm hoping no one gets a drive through, but I have a very, very bad feeling.
There might be one, yeah. We'll have to wait and see for that.
They've made it. They've done it.
Yeah. Sneaky Tom right behind Luke, who's managed to get past him in all of that. We missed that overtake. That might have been after Sneaky Tom had his unfortunate moment on the exit of turn 4. But it's now the championship rivals in first and second place, and essentially Jack Hawkey now has missed out on 2 opportunities for a free or indeed a reduced penalty pit stop.
Are we forecast any weather?
We're not. It's going to get darker as the race goes on. We're going from light cloud to overcast conditions, but no rain is forecast as the Wizard goes past JRN.
So cooler temperatures helping the softs potentially.
Potentially, I would imagine, to be honest, at this stage of the race, they'll probably help the medium runners most. The fuel load is still relatively heavy, and if you've got a setup that isn't particularly kind on tyres in that middle sector, then cooler temperatures will mean that you can...
Oh, Slaughter's round.
Push that further. He is still in the race, though. Some damage to the car, has to be said.
Right hand side. Oh, those tyres are going to be very hot.
Yeah, front right hand side, 25% damage. So 12% of his overall downforce there is gone. Let's see, Sneaky Tom has DRS, and this straight is massive, so he's going to close right up to Luke. At least you would normally say he's going to close right up to Luke, but that Ferrari, as you would expect, an absolute rocket in a straight line.
Gone past Reflux into the hairpin. Surprise, surprise. So Rack becoming a bit of a threat here, I believe.
Well, Rack is, let's have a look then, how far is he behind the leader? 4 seconds behind Jack Hawkey, and he's made a pit stop. So you would say that stopping under that first safety car for the soft runners was very, very beneficial. And I do believe Slaughter has just done a Hamilton. Except he didn't get it beached. Back to the interval then. I think Sneaky Tom is going to be pushing Luke very, very hard. And we've got Sleeves round on the exit of turn 4.
That corner very hard for traction.
Very much so. You want to try and get a good run out of 3, but one car running very wide there. Sneaky Tom run very, very wide out of turn 10.
Still line through there, but hey ho.
It's going to have lost him some time actually. He's not going to be close enough to Luke, I don't think, to challenge even with DRS. Rack though closing in all the time, 1.6 seconds now behind this leading trio. But my interest is, when does Jack Hawkey pit? It's now end of lap 9. He just managed to stretch those tyres too, so he is going for the 1 stop. from the softs. Let's see, is it going to be to mediums or is it going to be to hards? You'd say hards, right?
Yeah, you would think so from this situation. I think Jack's got it under control.
Hard tyres onto the Red Bull. But look how far
got past JRN. I'm sorry, that was expected because that's the ghost car. Sorry.
Is VTEC going to make it out ahead of Jack Hawkey though? I don't think he is. Nope, nowhere near. So at least he's managed to stay out ahead of the teammate of the race and championship leader. So looking at the tyres then, Jack Hawkey does not have to stop again. I expect everybody else to have to do so. And we've got Sleeves in the pits. That's the reflux is round.
And he's got missing a bit of front wing as well, so the guys behind him are going to have to be a bit careful.
Yeah, he's going to be a bit of a walking roadblock.
Just coming back to these guys actually.
Ferrari versus Aston Martin down the straight. Sneaky Tom closer this time. DRS open. Is he going to be close enough? Not quite. Not quite, but he gets a tighter line through. Luke's going to get the better exit though. It's a short straight. DRS open again on the Aston Martin. This time he might be able to have a look. He's going to go to the outside. There was some contact between the two, but Luke's going to hold position, but I don't know how much longer he's been going to be able to hold off.
Oh, he's nudged him again.
That charging Aston.
No, it's not reflex. Sleeves.
Sleeves is in.
Sleeves had a little moment.
Yeah. Dan Hilton running in 7th at the moment. He does still have. He's got some wing damage though. He picked up early on, fortunately.
Oh really?
And he's still running with it. So good job from him so far.
The yellow sleeves gone straight up.
Yeah, I think that's cold tyres.
No, it's reflux going straight on even.
It'd be cold tyres, I think, especially on the hards. Sneaky Tom very close this time. He's going to have this moved on, surely. Right,
no. Luke
not here.
May have
it'll
just
be
done enough.
Luke's gone defensive to the inside. Sneaky Tom's going to have the opportunity of a switchback.
Oh, yeah.
Parks it on the
apex. He was going to park it. No
damage there.
What a run, actually.
Luke's going to choose the inside line.
It's like watching Hamilton versus Verstappen yesterday.
No, it's more Hamilton-Rosberg, isn't it? Unless they take each other out, then yes. So Tom again losing traction on the exit of turn 4. He's too eager on the throttle as Smithy overtakes Dan Hilton for P7. And Rack is now joining this fight, and Bruce is in there as well. So we've got a 4-car battle for the lead.
Give it a couple. That Vada and Wizard would be not far behind either, and Wizard's on the better tyres.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the tyre graphic up again, I think. Everybody apart from the top 2, then Smithy. We're not counting JRN, of course. He's not here, so it's Luke, Sneaky Tom, and Smithy have stopped. Everybody except those 3 have stopped. We are at the point now where I think anybody who is on the one-stop medium to hard will want to be thinking about coming in.
Well, Varda's got the pace at the moment. It's just pulled out a couple of
attempts. Rack dives down the inside of Sneaky Tom, but the Aston Martin switches back underneath to hold position. Excuse me, I hiccuped halfway through that corner.
Carry on, it's fine.
as
Luke's
Luke does pit, end of lap 12, so 16 laps to go. And Luke is in for what will be the set of hard tyres. That makes a lot of sense because his front tyres considering he's got no downforce on the car, it's understandable, are ruined. Hard tyres on, and he's away. He's going to drop behind Jack Hawkey. But that's to be
behind his teammate.
It will be behind his teammate, but VTEC is on softs. He'll have to stop again. And I would imagine there won't be any hold up there at all. The Aston of Sneaky Tom and Rat and the Mercedes are side by side. Rat switches back underneath though. Tom's round.
No, he's gone!
I think there was contact between the two of them, but Sneaky Tom round. There was some definite elbows in there from those two, but I think... I mean, we didn't get a particularly good view. It looked, relatively speaking...
I mean, Jack's managed to do that on Dan Hilton through the same corner, so...
yeah.
We've seen Varda do it as well, so you can overtake there.
I remember the first race I ever did in cars back in season 2, I overtook someone on the outside of there. So it's
and
possible.
he cut on my teammate as well at the time.
Let's not muddy the waters here.
Oh, Luke goes down the inside of JR. I don't know why I'm getting excited still, because it's just a ghost car, Matt. Just get this ghost car.
As Blades leaves the session, Rack carries on. Of course, he doesn't need to stop again. He might do.
He's got past Sneaky Tom. And Luke and VTEC have inverted positions.
Multi 2-1, VTEC, multi 2-1. Sneaky Tom into the pits. That spin though will compromise him massively. He's going to drop behind these guys. If he can get out ahead of Camping Docks, I think he'll have a chance if we get a late safety car. But he needs to be out.
He's going to pit anyway, I think.
Yeah.
The
well, he
ironic
had
thing about it.
Yeah, he had to try and stay ahead of Luke. Particularly with Luke being in the traffic that he's in. But it's now Rack and Bruce at the head of the pack.
Varda's still managed to hold in the gap to these two, don't you? He's doing a good job.
Yeah, Varda's tyres as well are the best of that front three by a fair amount, so he might be trying to just do that one stop. What tyres did he start on? Softs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For Varda, yeah.
Well,
so
he's got more ERS as well, mate, by like 60%.
He might actually be trying to go the whole distance like that, and it's doable. That's smart OS, but it's doable. Camping Ducks
meanwhile,
spun and retired. Safety car now ruins Luke and Sneaky Tom's races, although it brings Sneaky Tom back into the fold, to be honest with you. So it's probably a blessing in disguise for him, but it allows the leaders to stop. Jack Hawkey will be kicking himself.
Wizard comes in. I'm expecting most of these to come in.
Smithy will stop.
Jack stays out.
He has to. He can't stop now. The key thing though is, will Luke clear Rack? We'll see. On the right hand side, there's the Mercedes. He's not going to do it. Rack Van Zenken keeps second place. Luke has to settle for third.
I'm hoping Dan Hilton here goes on the mediums rather than the hards.
It'll depend on what tyres he started though, won't it?
He started
on the softs though, so he's done Cold Rainbow. He might end up cycling, you never know. I don't know why you would do that from where he was, but you never know. But he's he's done Cold Rainbow. The man has taste.
I can see why he's gone on the hards. Because the mediums will be a bit rubbish.
The Wizard has also done Cold Rainbow. As has Sleeves. So lots of people with exquisite taste in tyre strategy. So from here, Rack's going to have the tyre wear advantage. It's roughly 10% better off over those 4 laps compared to Jack Hawkey. But I mean, we saw the pace that Jack Hawkey had when he was out front on those knackered softs, and he was still quicker than those behind on medium. So we'll wait and see. Of course, this will bring the two AlphaTauris back into play as well, both now on medium tyres. We'll get another lap behind the safety car, and it will then be a 12-lap sprint to the finish. So you would argue that those on the medium tyres at this point are going to be in a better position. It's a shorter finish, shorter sprint.
If I'm not going to lie, I would probably cycle tyres for them.
See, Sneaky Tom has stopped for a set of hards, which of course he had to do. But see, if you were him from where you were and the pace you had, would you not be tempted to double stop and put another set of mediums on?
Sneaky Tom.
Or would you go for track position and hold P8 on the hards?
If I was going to do it, I would have just done it on that lap because of where the AlphaTauris are. So
oh yeah, you
that's
do it
why I
then,
was just thinking for like Dan Hilton, because he'll lose only one place to slaughter. Sneaky Tom will obviously lose 3 places, but with the pace that he's shown, he'll be able to make them up. But it's whether he's going to be able to make them up and then go further ahead.
Of course, penalty-wise, we've been pretty good so far. Dan Hilton, the only man on the radar for that. That's 3 seconds.
I think that's only for 3 warners.
It is, yeah. We've had no 5-second penalties for collisions or speeding or anything like that.
Drive-throughs as well.
Yeah, none of them. Warning-wise, so far, in fact, all the drivers are doing pretty well. They've all got 1 or 0, with the exception of Varda, who has 2.
I mean, if I'm Luke and Jack, I'm not feeling the most confident at this time.
No, Jack, I think, will be able to hold off Rack. I mean, the speed he had early on, I think will level it out. And then as soon as Rack starts to wear those tyres down, he'll have the advantage. But we'll see. Of course, Luke right now, in terms of the championship, will hold it. He'll hold the lead of the championship.
He's going to do it!
He's in!
Is it going to be mediums or is it going to be softs?
I mean, it could be either from here. Mediums is probably your safe bet.
Please go on the mediums. It's yellow.
It's medium. So
good. I'm glad he's done that. It's a bit late, but I'm glad he's now done that.
This could be a tactical masterstroke. We'll have to wait and see.
Find out in about 10 laps time.
We will. Both championships now tightly strong. As it stands right now, Red Bull will extend their lead at the top of the constructors, and Jack Hawkey will close in on Luke at the top of the drivers. It'll be a 10-point swing in Jack Hawkey's favour as it stands right now, unless he's got fastest lap, in which case it'll actually be 11, which he does, so 11-point swing.
Not a bad day for Jack. Also, not a horrendous day for Shane either.
Not at the moment, no. I mean, particularly with Steve not being here as well, that helps him.
It's more the fact that Jack and Luke aren't 1-2. That could also change in a minute, but...
Well, that's very true, yes. Rack not a full-time driver, so is not scoring drivers' points, only the constructors for Mercedes.
Although he currently has 17 points, which is pretty good. From his 3 races.
He's going to get another 18 if it stays like this. So wait and see when Jack Hockey is going to pull the trigger. Oh, he's gone early, I think. Gone very early this time. Learnt from his previous mistake. Luke went very wide. He's been caught out on that restart. Rack as well is able to hold station.
Bruce has dropped outside a second already. And Sneaky Tom down the inside of Smithy. That was pretty simple.
So what we were saying about Sneaky Tom and his pace that he's got here. So I've got to bridge that gap back to the leading cars.
It'll be difficult on the hards though.
I think he'll be able to do it though. 1.6 seconds for him to make up. Bruce outside of DRS on Luke at the moment, although through this middle sector I would not be surprised, there we go, if it dips back into it. And then as soon as we get to a straight, he'll drop back out of it again. Luke not happy on those hard tyres, they're not up to temperature yet.
It's like Smithy earlier, it would take him 3 or 4 laps for that to happen. Reflux has lost it in a strange position.
Yeah, and I mean I've done that before now, but I was battling someone through the snail. If he's been doing that, then I can understand where that's come from. Rack sets a new fastest lap of the race, 35.5, to take that point away from Red Bull.
He's sending a little gift card later.
Yes.
If that stays that way.
Give me a fruit bouquet or something.
Yes.
Although they've got the customer team of Haas behind them. Of course, no politics in cars that are that way inclined. So Bruce will be looking to overtake the Ferrari in front. As we see Rack now right on the back of Jack Hawkey.
Luke's going to find himself in trouble, I think, here.
Yes, I would agree. He's dropped a fair way off this leading pair. And the only thing that might save him is the fact that we don't have DRS until next time around. But
Sleeps his round, no.
It's not been a good day for AlphaTauri.
Don't wait for Reflux to get past, good lad.
Yeah, and you can see there that Luke actually managed to pull away from Bruce down that straight, which is just how little wing that Ferrari's running. As Jack Hawkey takes the fastest lap back, he's not having that from Rack, is he?
No, but he's 30% ERS now in the deficit to
He wants that fastest lap, and he's in DRS range as well of the Mercedes, so he's either going to have to put in a worldy first 2 sectors here to get clear, or he's going to struggle a lot. Bruce is going to make his way past Luke this time around as well. I think that's a foregone conclusion.
Although Luke's got significantly more ERS and potential more a top end speed setup on as well.
He has, but DRS of course is now active. So there is still a chance for Luke, of course. He just needs to get a good drive off the snail.
An interesting balancer.
Both of them struggling for rear end traction, but Bruce, I think, is going to have it. DRS
He is.
open.
I think he's going to run out.
He's going to have to go to the outside. Luke will defend the inside. And squeeze him wide. That's he's entitled to do. A little bit of wing damage for Bruce there. 3%, so...
He runs wide. Wizard's going to have a great run on him.
Could be the DRS that saves him. We see though, here goes the Wizard on the inside of turn 1.
Is he still there? He is still there.
But Liverpool found ahead in turn 3, and that's the important corner. Unless you've got much, much better tyres. Stay of execution for Luke though. 7/10 now the gap. And Rat, crucially, not been able to get past Jack Hawkey up front either.
Did briefly. For a fleeting millisecond he was ahead, and then Jack managed to get it back, so...
Did he go a bit deep at the hairpin, do you reckon? And then...
I think it was into turn 1.
Ooh. It just goes to show the pace of Jack Hawkey though. I mean, look at that. Those tyres should not be able to compete with these mediums, yet he's pulling away.
So, look at it though, he's only... Luke's battering slightly harder, but he's only 4.1 seconds ahead of Luke, really.
Luke is wearing through his tyres at an alarming rate as well. I think it's safe to say.
Gets it stopped. Bruce is going to try and get better traction, but that's not going to happen.
The yellow flag, that's for sleeves. Again at turn 11.
Struggled with the inside of that corner there, just carrying a little bit too much speed. Oh, look who's on the back, just minding his own business.
Is it Varda?
Varda's joined the party. Oh, Sneaky Tom and Smithy have come together. They've synchronised pirouettes.
And Sneaky Tom can't take advantage of the ghosted Williams to get ahead. He's going to have to rely on traction. He's on the outside, so he should have better traction in theory. And he's going to pull ahead.
Interesting enough, did pick up 5-second time penalty for the collision, by the way.
No damage on either car that I can see, so it's fortunate in one sense. VTEC P7, he's running well.
Yeah, I think kind of not really anywhere.
He's
being honest.
Yeah, he is. Well, he did say that he's not had a chance to practice. Of course, he came in very last minute. He's just minding his own business, doing his own thing, and so far, good result.
Sure, I thought he was going to have to pit. So,
Bruce
Sneaky Tom's gone off the.
Bruce looking for the switchback on Luke. Right with the Wizard. Luke on the inside of the final corner. Bruce round the outside he goes, and Luke's round.
Oh, and the Wizard collected him, I think. I'm pretty sure the Wizard's got wing damage.
He has, yeah, just before it ghosted. He tried to drive through him, but he let Varda go. That's damage for the Red Bull. Ferrari is clear of damage.
I was going to say, Slot was going to have to come in as well, because he hasn't had a stop. They weren't going to make the end. Sneaky Tom went off, by the way, on the back straight, so was ahead of Smithy, and then...
Yeah, there's no drop back behind. Dan Hilton in 10th place. Looking at points.
Yeah, with the ghost car, Zed Jarin just keeping up somehow.
Yeah, but it won't count, of course, because he's not been here to take those points. Luke, I would imagine, if he can get back in touch with VTEC, will be let through.
Well, both the Ferraris will be hunting down that wounded Red Bull. In fact, VTEC's going to... Wizard just let him go.
Yeah, well, he's got no wing to fight with.
Ran deep as well as the Wizard. He's missed the corner. Luke will say, he can't get that stopped.
Yeah, the Wizard's got no car to fight with. The wing's so broken that he's just got nothing to go with. Rack though even closer this time. to Jack Hawkey for the lead of the race. 0.2 of a second through the final corner. Surely he's going to have a run now with DRS.
He's saved up pretty well. Jack hasn't fought it.
There he goes, he takes the lead.
This is going to be so interesting. Can Jack save ERS, stay in touch, and attack him with 2 laps to go? Because the memes may die off. We don't know.
They might do. I mean, at the moment, both Rack and Jack Hawkey have the same amount of wear on their front tyres. If anything, actually, Jack is slightly better off, as you would expect with being on the harder compound. But it's the rears where the big difference is at the moment. Rack using much more of his rear tyres in those traction zones. But crucially, he needs to try and get clear and stay clear of that Red Bull.
Luke's managed to close in on VTEC actually, so pretty good job. Varda in 4th.
And Rack has managed to get clear of a second to Jack Hawkey. The
Jack
Red
Hawkey's
Bull,
got DRS though.
he has. He had a poor exit from the snail, whether it was in dirty air or not. That could be crucial though. He's not going to have DRS at the next detection zone.
Ferraris have swapped positions again.
And of course, maybe not at all a Ferrari fan or driver even, in course. That's a good job from them. VTEC knowing his role well. Tonight he's there for the team, not personal glory. So we've got the battle for the lead then, Rack versus Jack. And it's going to be about now, I think, where the hard tyres are going to start to come back at the mediums.
I think I was going to say there's a qualifying session going on. I'm expecting Slaughter, who's just gone faster, and the Wizard, I think, is going to take that point back to Red Bull.
He will do when he goes around next time, won't he? I think, yeah. But he's outside the top 10 at the moment. He needs to get himself further up. Of course, JRN will be discounted, so he'll jump to 12th.
I don't think he will. There's just too much to do.
There's too many penalties. Well, there's too much to do and not enough penalties ahead of him at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see. Jack, though, very close to the back of Rack this time around. DRS will probably put him in a position to try and overtake. Let's see. Ironically, it's the Brit in the Red Bull and the Dutchman in the Mercedes this time, side by side to the hairpin.
Switch
Not
back.
Not quite for Jack. That's Reflux. He's gone. And
Sneaky Tom's gone.
He's retired. Are we going to get a late safety car? We are.
We
Very
are.
late safety car. Is that Bruce? Bruce into the pits. Varda into the pits.
Dan Hilton and Smithy. Box.
Are we going to see both Ferraris in for a stack?
Oh.
Luke is in. VTEC is carrying on for track
Wizard
position.
drive-through penalty. It's over. Any chance of him getting through the field is not going to happen. He's got a drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Hilton stays out. What a legend.
He's going for track position. That's what we like to see. Of course, those guys who were on the softs, like Slaughter and the Wizard, would have been able to stay out at this point. Slaughter will, of course, stay out. The Wizard, he will as well, but...
Oh, Varda's picked up 3 seconds. I just realised.
Oh! He was walking on that tightrope for one warning to go. VTEC, 3rd place at the moment.
Smithy 4th as well, by the way.
Yeah. Good job from Smithy in P4. Dan Hilton P5. But with that 3-second time penalty to his name, JRN is in 6th, so everyone behind him will be pushed up a place. That includes everybody.
Varda spun it under the safety
No,
car.
Varda!
No.
He's lost a position to Slaughter, but I think that's the only one.
In their haste to get round to catch the back of the queue.
He's made it round. So he's now got Luke behind him. Yeah, JRN will be at the very back of the pack. He will be in 17th. So everybody will be promoted one place with him not being here. Safety
Whoa! That was... What caused that? Everyone just came to a stop.
I think that's safety car coming in, and Rack's gone very early. He's gone now.
Everyone's stopping again. What is going on?
It's the concertina effect from where the start of that break was for Rack, and he's now managed to clear Jack Hawkey by 1.3 seconds. That's a brilliant restart for him. And then Jack Hawkey as well is up with that. And VTEC, crucially, look at the gap he's got to JRN. 3.8 seconds. Do you know what? It'll be the ghost car as well. That won't have helped.
It wouldn't help, but it looks a very poor restart. If I'm being honest,
it's sketchy, but I couldn't see anything on stream that was untoward. You've got to back the pack up at some point. Luke and Varda though for P9 and P8 side by side coming out on the exit of 4, but Varda's going to have the toe. They nudge through the kink of 5 into 6. And it's the Ferrari who has to yield, but he's going to try and switch back underneath and go around the outside through 7. He's got to try and make some moves, but he's got to think of his championship as well. Varda says no.
Wide.
And then be careful of Slaughter. He could try and come back at you on there on the outside of 8. She is doing into 9 and 10 now. The McLaren has the lead.
Well played, Slaughter.
Back at the front though.
Oh, Smithy Danny inside. Dan Hilton's going to go around the outside.
Is he going to be able to hold it around the outside of the snail? That's bold if he can.
He has. What a man.
Now it's just a drag race down to the hairpin, and the Haas looks like it's going to win it.
We could be 4 wide here. This could end pretty ugly.
We could. Varda's been backed into a corner. He's got to be very careful on the brakes that he doesn't go into the back of the Haas, who's now been squeezed round the outside.
Oh.
Smithy doesn't get it on the power. Look at Varda charging through the middle. Pushed wide by Dan Hilton, but he's going to try and keep it there.
Bruce has got the fastest that man. He's up into 3rd as well.
Who cares about the leaders? This is brilliant.
Oh, Dan Hilton's... Oh, no, the Williams has got front wing damage.
Luke got the inside of Smithy there for 9th and 8th place. Dan Hilton still holding on his 7th. Varda's got up into 6th and can now drive away, try and get ahead of JRN's ghosted Mercedes and then on to VTEC.
Oh, Jack's got a chance here for the lead. He's 2 tenths away. He's going to set the Mercedes up.
He is. The tyres of that Mercedes have gone. They've gone off the cliff on the final lap. Oh! Late safety cars just make everything better. Why can't we just have a whole championship of like 3-lap sprints?
There's Danny inside the JRN. Oh, he's got around the outside.
It's a ghost, man. It's a ghost.
Oh no, there's so much going on.
Half a second then. Jack Hawkey trying to chase down Rack. The Dutchman weaves across the track. He's allowed 2 movements. And I think...
gone.
No! On the exit of the snail. I think Jack ran out of ERS. He did. He's run out of ERS to make an overtake. Rack's going to come through the final corner to take the win in China for Mercedes. Jack finishes 2nd in the Red Bull. Bruce in 3rd on his first full-time drive. And VTEC coming in late to substitute for Raceway will finish 4th. The ghost of JRN will drop down the order. Luke gets promoted to 5th in the end, which I think, given what happened, he'll be very pleased about. Slaughter in 6th place for McLaren. Dan Hilton in P7.
Limbs.
Massive limbs there. JRN's ghost course is not counted, so it's Smithy in 8th place, Reflux in 9th, and Sleeves will get the final point, assuming he stays ahead of the Wizard. Here he comes, crosses the line, and I think he will stay ahead of the Wizard. Indeed he does, so Sleeves gets the final point. Driver of the day goes to VTEC. Thoroughly deserved, I think, as well. That
I need to lie down.
I love last lap drama. It's great. So Mercedes end back on the top step. As much as we are bored of it in real life, apart from this season, of course, we've actually had a challenger because it's not quite as common, so they'll be very pleased to have themselves up back at the front of the field. Red Bull in second and Haas in third. Ferrari fourth and fifth, VTEC and Luke, then Slaughter, Tat Hilton, Smithy, Reflux and Sleeves to round out the points. Wizard finished 12th, and Varda will be classified having finished 13th. DNFs then are Sneaky Tom, Camping Ducks, Escobar, Pure Blades, and of course JRN was a DNS. I think that is the first ever DNS we're going to have on a results card. Which, I mean, it might be a crumb of comfort that he's the first and only. Would you do the honours with the peoples? And I'll pull the Mercedes up and put it on the pedestal. And while we're waiting for those guys to arrive, I will take the opportunity again to let you all know about Contest of Speed's new business partnerships, which we are very pleased to announce. We've got 3 of them at the moment. Hold your breath, hold your breath.
Thanks.
We are delighted, I should say, to announce partnership with Fanatec, NordVPN, and motorsportdriving.com, I believe it's called.
Back,
help
Jack and Bruce.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Lovely. Head over to our social media pages to find out more information about how you can support us and those businesses as well. Who's lurking in the party? I didn't see who joined.
All of them.
All of them are here. Go on, is Bruce here? You here?
No, he's not here yet.
Damn, we'll start in second then. He's done. Oh, he's just
he's there now, he's there now, he's there
just
now.
in time. Third place then. On your first drive back and a full-time seat. Go on, talk us through your race.
I was just going steady at first. I didn't feel like I had pace because I'd done 2 laps on the softs in quali. Then when that last restart come out, I actually thought I had a chance to win, but I don't know what happened at that safety car restart. People just stopped and cost me time.
I think that's my bad.
I think there's something with the ghost of JRN's car as well, so I wouldn't necessarily say it's anybody's fault, other than the game's, which seems to be at fault for most things.
Was JRN actually in the session? Because his AI car was fast.
No, he wasn't.
His AI car was very quick.
He wasn't. So.
That was strange though, that. Well, fair play to... Who won? Was it Raka?
It was Rack, yeah.
Fair play on the win, bud.
Congratulations on P3, mate. Well done. We'll move on then to second place. Jack, talk to me on that last lap charge. You got it down to half a second. What happened?
Oh, mate, it's just I didn't have the RS.
No?
I just needed it. Literally, that last safety car is absolutely shafting me, mate. Honestly, I'm so salty right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Literally so salty. Like, I literally can't get any luck with safety cars. Like, the first one came out, I thought it was a VSC. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stay out. And everyone's pitting behind me, like, what the hell's going on? And I just look up and I see a full safety car. I'm like, oh my days. And then I literally stretched out my fist into like 10 laps, thinking, yeah, I'll be quick towards the end on the hards. Then another safety car comes out as I'm catching up, and then they're all behind me on medium tyres. Me and Rack had a class battle to be fair, but I knew towards the end, like he did, his tyres were going to go off again, and mine would be stronger. Because that's why I caught him again. Literally just before the safety car came out, I had DRS on the start finish line. So yeah, it's a bit tragic, but I'll take a second either way.
Yeah, second isn't bad, especially with Luke dropping to fifth at the end now with that late spin. So could have been a lot, especially if he'd managed to keep up with you guys at the front.
Yeah, exactly.
So well done on P2 though, mate. It's a good job now. You're back in the seat. Moving on then, race winner. Talk to me.
Good evening.
How was it?
It was. Yeah, I don't. My English is not so good, so sorry for that.
Speak in Dutch.
But I try my best.
Speak in Dutch if you want to.
Beter.
I'll get Thomas to translate it later for me.
Yeah.
Ik sta hier te trillen met mijn handen, echt niet normaal. Een adrenaline door mijn lijf heen. En ja, zo bizar joh. Het is echt dat ik die herstart op het laatst was misschien niet leuk voor iedereen, maar het pakte voor mij nog wel aardig goed uit. Dus ja, ik weet niet, het was echt een ziek gevecht met Jack. Dus daar was ik al, ik heb echt genoten, heel de race lang.
Very good, what he said.
I couldn't quite translate it. I'm not that kid. No, I couldn't do it.
He said he's better than us and we're rubbish.
Perfect, I'll do.
That'll do. But, congratulations, mate. Enjoy the win. And fingers crossed we'll see you back up here again soon.
Thanks.
Yes.
So we'll round off the stream there then for tonight. Thank you all at home very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have, make sure you hit follow on Twitch, and if you're watching this later back on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe. It really does help us out. We are very appreciative of your support. Make sure you head over to our social media channels as well. That's Twitter and Instagram. That's at Contest of Speed or at cos_F1. And check out the information about our new business partners, Fanatec at digitalmotorsport.com and NordVPN. As well as staying up to date with everything else that's Contest of Speed. We'll see you next week for Portimao, first DLC track on the calendar. Thank you all again for watching. Good night.